Welcome to our historical journey where we delve into the cradle of civilization, Mesopotamia. In this video, we'll unravel the extraordinary inventions that laid the foundation for human progress thousands of years ago. From groundbreaking technologies that transformed daily life to ingenious systems that shaped the course of history, join us in exploring the top 10 inventions of Mesopotamia. The Mesopotamian invention of the wheel and axle, circa 3500 BCE, revolutionized society. Initially applied in pottery, it evolved to propel carts and chariots by 3000 BCE, transforming transportation and trade. This innovation spurred diverse applications, like pulleys, gears, and windmills, enhancing productivity. Beyond practicalities, the wheel and axle shaped art, religion, and warfare. Its integration into plows, siege engines, and more impacted agriculture and military strategies. Culturally, it became symbolic in sculptures, seals, and rituals, fostering artistic expression and spiritual connections. Widely adopted, the wheel and axle catalyzed cross-cultural exchange, influencing civilizations beyond Mesopotamia. This pivotal invention remains a cornerstone in human history, transcending its utilitarian origins to shape the multifaceted aspects of ancient societies. Another remarkable invention of Mesopotamia was cuneiform writing, one of the earliest writing systems in the world. Cuneiform writing is a system of symbols that represent sounds, words, or ideas. Cuneiform writing was developed by the Sumerians around 3200 BCE in Mesopotamia, and was later adopted and modified by other civilizations, such as the Babylonians, Assyrians, and Persians. Cuneiform writing was created to keep records of transactions, such as trade, taxes, and laws. Cuneiform writing was written on clay tablets using a stylus, a pointed tool that made wedge-shaped marks on the clay. Cuneiform writing had hundreds of different symbols that could be combined to form complex words and sentences. Cuneiform writing also had signs for numbers, fractions, and measurements. Cuneiform writing had a significant impact on the Mesopotamian society and culture, as well as other civilizations that learned or borrowed from it. Cuneiform writing enabled the preservation and transmission of knowledge, such as history, literature, science, and religion. Cuneiform writing also facilitated communication and administration among different regions and peoples, enhancing political and economic stability and cooperation. Cuneiform writing also influenced art and architecture, as it was used to decorate monuments, buildings, and objects. Cuneiform writing was one of the most advanced inventions in human history. The plow and irrigation were two inventions that transformed agriculture in Mesopotamia. The plow was a device that consisted of a wooden frame with a metal blade that could dig furrows in the soil. The plow was pulled by oxen or donkeys, and it made planting seeds easier and faster. The plow was first used in Mesopotamia around 600 BCE, and it spread to other regions of the world. Irrigation was a system of canals, ditches, dams, and reservoirs that controlled the flow of water from the rivers to the fields. Irrigation allowed the Mesopotamians to grow crops in areas that were otherwise too dry or too flooded. Irrigation also increased the crop yield and variety, as it enabled the cultivation of wheat, barley, dates, grapes, olives, and more. Irrigation was developed in Mesopotamia around 5000 BCE, and it was improved by different civilizations over time. The plow and irrigation had a significant impact on the Mesopotamian society and culture, as well as other civilizations that learned or borrowed from them. The plow and irrigation improved food security, population growth, trade, wealth, and social organization in Mesopotamia and beyond. The plow and irrigation also influenced art and religion, as they were often depicted on seals, sculptures, and tablets. The plow and irrigation were two of the most important inventions in human history. Mesopotamia was a region where many civilizations flourished, such as the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and Persians. These civilizations developed a sophisticated system of mathematics that used 60 as the base, instead of 10 as we do today. This system is called Sexagesimal, and it has many advantages over the decimal system, such as more divisors and easier fractions. The Mesopotamians used the sexagesimal system for various purposes, such as measuring time, angles, and distances. The day was segmented into 24 hours, with each hour consisting of 60 minutes and each minute comprising 60 seconds. Similarly, the circle was divided into 360 degrees, with each degree further subdivided into 60 minutes and each minute into 60 seconds. They also used the sexagesimal system to calculate areas, volumes, roots, and powers. The sexagesimal system of Mesopotamia influenced many aspects of modern mathematics and science. We still use it today for timekeeping and measuring angles. It also inspired the development of algebra, geometry, astronomy, and trigonometry by later civilizations. Mesopotamia was a region between the Tigris and Euphrates rivers, where many ancient civilizations emerged and flourished, such as the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and Persians. These civilizations relied on sailing and navigation to explore, trade, and communicate with other peoples across the seas. The Mesopotamians were among the earliest boat builders in the world. They used reeds, wood, and papyrus to construct various types of vessels, such as canoes, rafts, barges, and galleys. They also invented the sail, a device that used wind power to propel the boats. The sail was first used for pottery making around 3500 BCE, then for transportation and warfare around 3000 BCE. The Mesopotamians also developed skills and tools for navigation. They used landmarks, stars, sun, moon, and currents to determine their location and direction. They also used maps, charts, compasses, and astrolabes to measure distances and angles. The sailing and navigation technologies of Mesopotamia enabled them to establish trade routes and networks with other regions, such as Arabia, Africa, and Europe. They exchanged goods, such as metals, textiles, spices, grains, and animals. They also exchanged ideas, such as writing, mathematics, astronomy, law, and religion. The sailing and navigation technologies of Mesopotamia were some of the most remarkable inventions in human history. Mesopotamia was a region where many ancient civilizations emerged and flourished, such as the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and Persians. These civilizations developed a distinctive style of architecture that reflected their culture, religion, and power. One of the most impressive examples of Mesopotamian architecture was the ziggurat, a pyramidal step temple tower that was an architectural and religious structure characteristic of the major cities of Mesopotamia. Ziggurats, grand structures made mainly of mud brick, featured multiple terraced levels that gradually stepped back. These monumental constructions served as earthly abodes for gods, regarded with great reverence as sacred places by the Mesopotamians. Elaborate ceremonies, including sacrifices and offerings, were conducted at these temples, making them central to religious practices and urban development in Mesopotamia. Constructed with precision, ziggurats were often adorned with intricate carvings and decorations. Among them, the Temple of Marduk in Babylon stood out as the largest and most renowned, earning a place among the 7 wonders of the ancient world. The impact of ziggurats extended beyond Mesopotamia, influencing various aspects of society and culture in the region and leaving a lasting impression on civilizations that adopted or adapted from them. Ziggurats stand as some of the most remarkable achievements in human history. Pottery was one of the earliest and most widespread forms of art and technology in Mesopotamia. Pottery was made from clay, a natural and abundant material that could be shaped and molded into various forms and functions. Pottery was used for storing, cooking, serving, and transporting food and liquids, as well as for ritual, decorative, and symbolic purposes. Kiln was the device that transformed clay into pottery by firing it at high temperatures. Kiln was invented in Mesopotamia around 600 BCE, and it was improved by different civilizations over time. Kiln allowed the Mesopotamians to control the firing process, such as the temperature, duration, and atmosphere. Kiln also enabled the production of more durable, waterproof, and fire-resistant pottery. The pottery and kiln technology of Mesopotamia reflected the skill and creativity of the potters. They produced a variety of pottery shapes, such as jars, bowls, cups, plates, vases, figurines, and statues. They also decorated their pottery with different techniques, such as painting, glazing, incising, stamping, and applique. They used various colors, patterns, motifs, and symbols to express their culture, religion, and identity. Pottery and kiln technology were some of the most remarkable inventions in human history. Metallurgy was the art and science of extracting and working with metals, and it was one of the most remarkable achievements of Mesopotamia. The Mesopotamians learned how to smelt copper from ore, and how to alloy it with other metals, such as tin, to create bronze. Bronze was a castable, hard, and malleable metal that had many advantages over copper and stone. The Mesopotamians used bronze for various purposes, such as making tools, weapons, and art. They produced bronze axes, hoes, knives, spears, swords, helmets, shields, and armor. They also created bronze sculptures, statues, jewelry, vessels, and musical instruments. They used different techniques to shape and decorate their bronze objects, such as casting, hammering, engraving, inlaying, and gilding. The bronze metallurgy of Mesopotamia influenced many aspects of their society and culture, as well as other civilizations that learned or borrowed from them. Bronze metallurgy improved agriculture, warfare, trade, wealth, and power in Mesopotamia and beyond. Bronze metallurgy also expressed their culture, religion, and identity. Ur-Nammu was a king of the 3rd dynasty of Ur, who ruled over Mesopotamia in the 21st century BCE. He is best known for his legal code, his military campaigns, and his monumental building projects, especially the Ziggurat of Ur. The Ziggurat of Ur was not only a religious structure, but also a symbol of Ur-Nammu's city planning vision. Ur-Nammu designed the Ziggurat as the center of a complex that included temples, palaces, courts, gardens, and administrative buildings. He also constructed walls, gates, roads, canals, and bridges to connect the different parts of the city and to protect it from enemies and floods. He also improved the sanitation, drainage, and irrigation systems to ensure the health and welfare of his subjects. He also promoted trade, commerce, and culture by establishing markets, workshops, schools, and libraries. Ur-Nammu's ziggurat and city planning were some of the most remarkable inventions in human history. Mesopotamia was a region where many ancient civilizations emerged and flourished, such as the Sumerians, Babylonians, Assyrians, and Persians. These civilizations developed a sophisticated system of calendar that helped them organize their activities according to the cycles of nature and the will of the gods. The Mesopotamian calendar consisted of 12 lunar months, each approximately 29 or 30 days in duration. The lunar months were named after festivals or seasonal events, such as the harvest, the new year, or the equinox. The lunar calendar, however, was shorter than the solar year by about 11 days, so every few years an extra month was added to keep the calendar in sync with the seasons. This process was called intercalation, and it was determined by astronomical observations and priestly authority. The Mesopotamian calendar was important for both agricultural and religious reasons. It helped the farmers plan their planting and harvesting schedules, as well as their taxes and debts. It also helped the priests perform rituals and ceremonies at the appropriate times, such as offering sacrifices to the gods or celebrating festivals. The Mesopotamian calendar influenced many aspects of their society and culture, as well as other civilizations that learned or borrowed from them. Thanks for watching this video on Mesopotamia. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos on ancient history. Also, feel free to leave a comment below with your thoughts or questions about Mesopotamia's inventions. Thank you for your support and see you next time.